Know me is 9 with the rhymes. When niggas frontin', so I'm 9 with the 9. The pen biggie, but the spirit is shine. Like word, bitch, the city is mine. Niggas funny, I be seeing the signs. Weed sour, I be rolling the line. Running it up before I run out of time. The magazine make them package your vibe. Shots sent, they attacking your spine. Headshots, niggas blowing your mind. Henny sipping and it's slow in the room. Feel like Neo just resorted to crime. Saturday night, I be making it live.
Live.
Motherfuckers was good, man. We back.
The frail shit. Nah, alright. You feel me? I'm gonna start starting this show out with Jadakiss Balls. You're not ready. But yeah, welcome back. Saturday night show. I believe this is the first episode in 2022, right? Last one was the New Year's episode.
Yeah.
We took a couple week break. You know, there was a whole lot of COVID test, COVID scare shit going on, all of that. But we here and we back.
Yep.
For this episode, first of all, let's thank our sponsors. Thank Rich Clothing.
Know it.
Bone Cutter Peru. And our producers, our amazing production team. Smooth Family Entertainment.
Let's get it.
I want to get into a topic that you pitched.
Yeah, man.
You know, I'm just going to frame the question and I'm going to let you take over. Mm-hmm. Can your preference be a reflection of self-hate? Is essentially what the topic was.
Right. Yeah, because I seen like another podcast or maybe a clip of it.
Was it Fresh and Fit? That's what they called it?
Feeling Fresh or Fresh and Phil, whatever these niggas is. But they were saying how it came up where it was an app called Black. And it was like, yeah, we don't fuck with the darkies. And
he said they don't go night riding.
They don't go night riding. And these are two black men, mind you. Two black, probably African, you know, wherever they from, or whoever.
They niggas.
Yeah, they black.
All right. I'm sure Mav gonna have the clip for y'all, but they niggas.
They was
like they an app called Black. Oh, it's funny. I never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that. Man. We ain't night riders.
I'm good.
You know, sometimes if they're, you know, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay. So last
talking
one,
crazy, like, nah, we don't fuck with the brown side, like, and they brown men.
When he said bonquishas and all of that.
And you know, it's a thing where it's like preference is one thing. You're like, oh, I don't really deal with black women, but I like Spanish women for these reasons. You feel me? That's one thing. When you saying hateful
is that one
things,
thing, though?
It is a thing because it's like I just don't. I like Spanish women. Or somebody could be like, yeah, I just preferably like to go for a Spanish woman or Indian woman, but they don't say no hateful shit towards any other race.
That's the
thing.
Like, don't tell me you only like Spanish women because black women this. I don't want to hear that dumb shit.
That's when it's like self-hatred or racist. That's when it comes into hand with me. You feel me? Because when you saying one thing, oh, I like this type of woman because of these type of things, but you're not throwing shade at any other race, that's one thing. But when you just blatantly like, oh, we don't go to the brown side, like, that's the main thing you just said, like, oh yeah, me and Fresh we don't fuck with them, like, and you basically saying you don't fuck with people that look like your mother, like, you know, people that are your sister, like, what is the whole, and that's where I'll be like, that's self-hatred, like, you know,
it has to be.
It stems from that. Or they could have been some cornball niggas that sisters just wasn't fucking with back then.
That's always what it is, though.
Yeah, like, you was just a lame nigga that
the black girls
honestly,
ain't like you.
They didn't like you. And that be rubbing niggas wrong sometimes, and they be remembering that shit.
There's probably young niggas, breath stinking in school and shit.
Yeah, probably was lame.
Can I get a hug ass niggas? Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah, you know, we all know these type of niggas.
And you mad forever.
Right. And it's just the bashing that blew minds, you feel me? It's like one thing for you to say, yeah, I fuck with white women. Like, don't try to throw shade on your own race at that. Like, I don't know what your demographic is or what, you know, who listens to you, but that's some lame shit. And I'm pretty sure you probably lost fans or maybe gained because it's people that like that type of shit out there. White people that want to hear that type of shit from black men.
I know some niggas
niggas that be on that type of movement.
I know some niggas that'll hit you with the black women got an attitude problem. I can off the top of I know some.
Every woman has a fucking attitude when you ain't shit and you ain't doing what the fuck you supposed to do. Like,
black women got an attitude problem.
Every woman's gonna.
Nah, the black girl was just the only one to go through your phone. Nigga. She seen everything you was doing.
Right,
clown.
and she probably gonna be the one that'll check you first. Like, and that's what you don't like.
That's
you
what
like
it is.
Woman that just stand in line and take your bullshit and just not gonna question you. But a black woman is not made like that
at all.
Like, you feel me? So
I just think it's
people don't like strong shit. I feel like that's weak niggas. You know?
Yeah, like that's what I automatically see that as. Like, you're just a weak ass nigga. When you tell me you don't like black women, it's like, okay, you don't like accountability very much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what that means. Like, you like niggas that think a woman's job is to like not speak and like shut the fuck up and
stay in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's weirdo shit. And I didn't think niggas like that exist, but you be surprised that niggas who mother wasn't even like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait a minute, dogs. Hold on.
Word.
Your mother was blacking on your father on the daily. Nigga, how you gonna sit here? You're wild.
And that's what maybe it'd be that. Like, you know, how their moms were. Like, you know, like it'd be hate stem from that. Having a fucked up relationship with their moms or, you know, whatever it may be. But you don't talk crazy about a whole race of people, the bone quishas and like you talking about like a fraction of black people, like
that's and then not even like, that. Like that's the most over exaggerated shit. Like who the fuck even knows a bonquisha? Like shut the fuck up, nigga. Like you sound about dumb as a motherfucker. We don't go night riding. To think that another black man in the room heard you say that and didn't slap the shit out you somehow, like it's crazy. To
it was
me.
dumb only in the room. That's the only thing. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, because no other self-respecting black man would have let you say some crazy shit like that.
Then it was disrespecting Asian doll.
You know what? Yeah,
when she was on the show. I seen that. I'm like, yo, these niggas.
You know what's really wrong with these niggas? That they not even really peeping is that dogs, whoever you get pregnant, if you have a daughter, she will be black. Your daughter will be a quote unquote bonquisha, or you know, whoever dates your daughter will, according to you, be going night riding.
Right.
And if that's the type of shit you want to spread.
But you know,
on a podcast, like you get a platform and this is what you're going in and talk.
Kid, so they're gonna try to just, you know,
that shit don't work.
White out their kid.
I promise you, no matter how light skinned your kid is, she's a black girl.
Yeah, regardless.
Like respectfully.
Regardless.
Like get that out your head that you're gonna somehow meet some woman and create a white woman. It's not gonna happen.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and the fact that that's what you're doing, you going out of your way to do shit like that is like
self-hate.
Who made these niggas, bro?
Self-hatred, man. Seriously, who made these niggas,
bro? I really be wondering because you know what it is. When I think about it like this, like these niggas saying shit like that, first of all, it has to come from some type of lack of fatherly type of figure in your life.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because ain't no motherfucking way you're black you grew up around black people, and you apparently don't go night riding. So you telling me, as a black man, you never dated no black woman, or you did, you was a bozo, and you want to act like it never happened.
Right.
That's all it is. Mm-hmm. Really? I mean, that's
it be like that. It really be like that, though.
I don't know how, bro.
It's you know, our TV, what we see, the perception of light and dark. You feel me? So, a lot of kids, us growing up, we seen the lighter girl as the prettier, and the darker girl as ugly. Like, and they did tests on kids that show you these. Like, they'll give them dolls, and they like the white doll, and they said the black doll is ugly. And that shit is sad. But that's from TV and programming, like images, them showing us shit.
Sad.
Yeah. If you look up the definition of white and black, you'll be like, excuse me? Like, who wrote this? White is kind now. Really? Black is like, and they saying black is...
These niggas did not say kind.
Kind, pure, honest. Like, yeah, they putting colors. Yeah, they giving niggas.
They putting lies behind colors. Yeah. Essentially, they fucking lying behind
feelings to colors and shit. Like, what?
Fuck
like,
are you talking
making
about?
You feel a certain way about a color. You feel me? So, there's a lot of, you know, deep science to this.
But back to what we were saying when we were talking about kids, because I want to zero in on that. So, why do you think people use that in this debate? Because I've definitely heard the debate of, oh, I want this type of kid. I want this skin-colored kid.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck did that come from? Like, what type of weird shit is
it's
that?
From TV, man. Like, it was a thing where it was like the brown paper bag law. Like, if you was darker than a brown paper bag, you couldn't get into certain places. You couldn't eat at certain places. Like,
wow.
You feel me?
I never even heard of that one.
Brown paper bag. That shit is crazy. Jim Crow laws and all this other shit is like that. Jim Crow laws. If you look up that shit and this slave master that was like, and what he taught to these other slave owners.
So you think this shit goes back to then?
Yes, bro. 400 years shit. And yes, bro. Like psychological warfare.
Because they would put the light-skinned women in the house.
Yes. Make like feel me? Putting the kid against the mother, the man against the woman. Like let's do that. Buck breaking. Niggas don't even know what buck breaking is. Wow. Feel me? There's a lot of wild shit that psychological shit they did to us because they was allowed to for 400 years.
The brown paper bag test is a term in African American oral history to describe a colorist, discriminatory, I said that right here, practice within the African American community in the 20th century, in which an individual's skin tone is compared to the color of a brown paper bag. Yep. You niggas have gotten more ridiculous over the decades.
And that was then. And you don't think they still living like that? And niggas' minds is set up like that.
Some
like they see a dark person walk down the street, they'll grab their bag. Like see a light person, like it's a reason why people like us get pulled over, and white people that do the same crimes don't.
I question this logic because like there's always been dark skinned bad bitches, like so niggas don't watch TV. Like
of course,
I'll be like, where they?
Though that's what they always gonna do though. They sexualize. But I'm talking about
like
black woman.
Beauty. Like I'm talking about there's always been beautiful dark skinned women present.
But she's always been a type of us.
It wasn't promoted as much, but they were there.
Yeah,
they were there, and that's my point. Is like
what's seen on a global scale from what they show us. You feel me? Like that does detrimental. You know.
The next question I had was, do you and me do we have preferences? So for me, like.
Right now in my life, no, I don't have a preference.
I couldn't say I do. Like, and for me, it's always been this kind of thing. Like, not to be fucking weird, but I went to art school, like art classes a lot as a kid. Mm-hmm. You start to, when you're young, you start to put together the way the world works in your own way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was like, all right, no matter what skin color you can be, you can obviously be fucking beautiful. Mm-hmm. Skin color has nothing to do with that.
Right.
It's more of your other features. You know what I'm saying? Your nose structure, your fucking lips, and your eyes and shit like that. Mm-hmm. You can be any color with some fire ass eyes. You can be any color with a great nose. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be any color with those things. Mm-hmm. And to me, to have a preference is a bit weird. Like I can say, I don't want to say I prefer black women. I feel like if anybody knows me, they assume I do. They assume I do, but it's never been that's the only thing I want. It's never been that. It's always been those. If I'm gonna keep it a buck, as in contrast to white women, it's always been much easier with black women as far as on a social level.
Right.
I feel like when you date a white woman, you have to explain a lot of things, and I think that's a real in real conversations you have to have. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's always been. Yeah, I could skip all of that bullshit though, and I could be with somebody that completely understands what I go through on another level. She has a father, a brother, so on and so forth, and she gets it. I feel like I don't want to. It's never been a genetics child thing that I wanted a black child or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I might have to admit my bias on the simple fact that I do think at some point in the future, having a child with two black parents is going to be kind of rare.
It is.
And that's something that it hasn't swayed me in any way, but it is something that I've always thought like, damn, I can see that already kind of happening.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing.
No,
races are more open to each other. This was what was gonna happen over time. If you know what I'm saying, if we want the love and the equality that we want, this is the type of shit.
I feel like this was happening already because this is what makes the different people.
Right.
This is what if we all came from Africa, like they say, right?
Yeah.
And people went here, people went there. They changed. Their hair, their skin, weather conditions,
diet, all of that changed the way
evolution.
Yeah.
And then those people came back together, made these people, made them people, you know, and then those people called themselves that. They called themselves that. And so I feel like it's just history coming back to each other. Like, and we just had this, like, you know, time where it was this, like, race and labeling. And we still living in that time, but we have this time where it was like a thing where it was like, y'all stay away from each other.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with them. Don't, you feel me? Like, I feel like we was at a time where they loved us.
For example, like, I'm watching The Sopranos, and Tony Soprano gets mad at his daughter for dating a black dude. He's really like mad. He like presses the nigga and all that, like, you can't be with her, da-da-da. You feel me? As a black man, that was a conflicting scene, because up to that part, Tony is like my favorite character in anything ever. So I'm like, damn, and I'm sitting here like, and then I had to really remember the context of this is a fully Italian man, like, you know what I'm saying? And some Italian family, they don't now, believe you me, Italians love black people now. But I'm telling you, it wasn't like that at all points. And to me, that type of division is gone now, where it's like any race is getting with anybody as long as they're a good person, which is a good thing.
The kids see it differently, man. I feel like these new kids and
because you know what it is, these kids are so multi-cultural.
Right.
You see a lot of kids that are black and Vietnamese now, and you know what I'm saying, which is a good thing because now you got kids that grew up in the projects, but his family ate with chopsticks in the crib. You get these more eccentric individuals that grow up because they know more. They take vacations to their homeland, which wouldn't be usual for a black person. You going to places like I said, Vietnam or some shit, and that's like a real trip you and your family take. You're more versed in a lot of things. So there's negatives. There's more positives to it than I would say negatives. But I would say the negative that comes with it is are we going to get to a point, like I said, where being pure black is rare? You know, I feel like that's coming. I feel like there's, because even now I wouldn't say we're the majority.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, in the world,
in the world, but then
they try to tell us that we not, but we in the world, of course we are. There's more brown people than.
But if we start, for lack of better terms, crossbreeding or whatever at a higher rate, which we probably are. I don't have the numbers, but I'm sure that's what's going down. If we start to do that, we're gonna get to a point where almost everybody is half something.
Right.
You know, I'm half Panamanian and half black. I don't even know what my father is like, but I know my mother speaks full Spanish. That was her first language.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's a different thing. So I know what it's like to be black when you go outside, but you're Hispanic in the house.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now these kids can be both outside.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, as a kid, I felt I was black. There was no point in me walking around telling people I was Panamanian and walking around with the flag. I didn't really get it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But these kids now are like, you can see the differences. You can see, man, this nigga dark skin, but his eyes like chinky as a motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? And like they look different. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's gonna be, in the future, kids are gonna really not care about that shit. Like, they're gonna be like, dude, we're all whatever the fuck. Like, you're not gonna be in a room like, oh, he's black. Like, everybody is 6-7 things in this motherfucking room at this point. Bro. That's another thing. Genders is gonna start doing that too. When
it's gonna be loose.
I don't want to get too deep into that topic. I feel like that's when the Saturday night show gets attacked, and we're not ready. We're not ready for that fight.
They got no chick on the news that got a sex change in college and beating all the girls and swimming.
See, like, that's ridiculous. Like, if you, I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
I don't want to do it because I feel like this. I don't want to do this, and that people. It's not because I have some extremely ignorant debate on this.
Right.
You might feel like it's ignorant. But I can't. Let's get back into these other topics.
What's the next topic?
So back to preference, and I want to talk about music. Has music influenced people's thinking on preference in any way? Because I'm not gonna lie, music has been glorifying light-skinned women, like Math pointed out to us earlier. Music has been glorifying light-skinned women.
I feel like that's always been a thing with niggas talking about red bones or. But I feel like that mindset is just has nothing to do with music. It's just a mindset that has come from, slavery and generational, psychological warfare, bro. And that's no excuse because we have to get out of that too. Or, we got niggas like Kodak Black talking about he don't fuck with black women, dark-skinned women because he ugly. he said, because I'm ugly and I'm dark skinned. Like, nigga, that don't mean that black woman are dark skinned. Like,
nigga said I can't date her if she darker than me. Wow.
Yeah.
But then I don't, as much as he was crazy for saying that, why are we asking Kodak Black anything related to race?
Yeah, but we talking about music though, and we talking about race. So I had to just bring that into light. Like niggas just thinking like that regular. If they wasn't music, if they was a music artist, they be thinking like that in the hood or wherever they at. Feel me? So yeah, and that nigga's out here cuffing his mom's cheek. So I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, that might have been the most out of line shit I've ever seen.
I really don't care what that man like.
Touching your mom's butt is crazy. Gripping your mom's booty is even crazier.
Mm-hmm. And I really don't care if he was playing.
I've seen mothers not even let their baby do that. You can that's not. You didn't feel weird in the spot with all your homies watching. You got your hand on your mother booty.
Niggas is over there shaking their head, laughing and shaking their head at the same time.
I'd have been like, yo, you gotta sit on the other side of the car on the way home. It's wild. You want a different time and squeezing your mother booty is crazy. But like I was saying, like, do you think overall musicians have changed people's minds for real in the crib or at home? Like, you think that's really changing people, swaying people? Like, people don't know what they like, and then they hear a rapper say, I like them light-skinned. So now you walk around like, oh, my bitch gotta be light-skinned. Nah, like, same thing for women, though. Is it changing it for women? Do they prefer a certain thing because of music?
Because women, like, I would think dark-skinned niggas.
Yeah.
I be hearing them shit on a lot of light-skinned niggas. Like, I don't like that light-skinned nigga shit. And, like, that's a thing.
But yet all these bitches love Drake. So,
and they be all laughing, too, when he doing weird shit, too, though.
They still love him.
Right.
They love Chris Brown, too. They love these light-skinned niggas. Don't let them fool you.
Yeah.
They love these light-skinned niggas.
That's true. But at the end of the day, they Drake and Chris Brown.
Right.
That's it. That's why.
YK Osiris, another light-skinned nigga.
They not loving him.
What you mean? He out here breakdancing his way into people's hearts, nigga. See? Listen, man, I'm just saying, bro. Like, all right, so to kind of go back to the self-hate part of this topic. And this is the last question before we go to commercial. Do you think the rappers themselves are products of self-hate despite being financially stable, despite having everything you need?
Most definitely.
Is self-hate still a thing?
Most definitely. Because if you like living in the hood and you going through this psychological shit like everybody else, you feel me? Like
right.
Watching TV like everybody else, and you seeing the images that they put like everybody else, like the Beyonce's over the Lauryn Hills.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like niggas be laughing at the Hotep
and shit.
Woke woman, but they'll be like, yeah, I fuck with mulatto though.
That bitch she's fire.
She's fire.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. But what makes her fire?
That ass for me. Keep it 100. That shit fat. She's got a cute face, I guess. But I mean, I feel like every celebrity has that same semi-Asian Kardashian face.
Yeah. With the
every time they dolled up makeup wise, they it'd be like it would have been in the club, it looked like all of the same woman. It'd be like clones.
Yeah,
like I think there's a new race called Kardashian. Like women just
Is that the Barbie shit?
It's like it's like, but they all look the same. Like the face with the eyes look like they being pulled back and shit. Like,
it's loose out here.
Yeah, it's me. We out here wilding. But yeah, we're gonna take this shit to commercial break, right? Well, we got like 30 seconds left. 1 minute left. We can just take it. Because I know the next thing I feel like we should get right into is sports, because shit is getting out of fucking line.
And fucking betting is legal in New York. Bing bong, nigga. Get your fucking bread up.
Fuck your life, nigga. Big bong. Get on it.
Get on that shit. I'm telling you.
Early.
Niggas is coming up.
See y'all after the break.
Yeah. Think Rick. Yeah. Bitch. Yeah. Itchy palms, that's my alarm to getting money. Think rich, bitch. Mama ain't raised no dummy. In my own fashion, yeah, I'm wrapped up like a mummy. From my head to feet. Made so much this wig. Nigga, I'ma just repeat. So much fabric, nigga. Feel like a designer the streets. Got my own block. Drip down, nigga, I'm just elite. Think rich, bitch. From my head down to my feet. Think rich, bitch. Mentally, I can't be defeated. Think rich, bitch. Got niggas wildin' at the cookout. Think rich, bitch. Broke-minded niggas look out. Think rich, bitch. Yeah, she got them sweats in the poke out. Scream when a nigga pop out. Made so much.
Think rich. Ain't the camera with the shirt. Rich.
Oh, you got a line in your pocket.
Hold on.
And we are fucking back. What's good?
It's back, and we on the sports section. So,
yeah,
all you non-sports fans, this is the part where you keep it pushing. You feel me? Because it's about to get real loud and ignorant here. We gonna start with my nigga Antonio Brown.
Sheesh.
That nigga said,
AB, young AB,
that nigga
in the studio. You heard?
Business is booming, nigga. And that nigga, yo,
I honestly love it.
Let's go on the timeline of what happened. All right, so. Apparently, I think this starts with the fake vaccine card.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, AB was, the Buccaneers actually thought they confirmed that he had a real vaccination card that he was really vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
Because he stiffed his chef on some money, he didn't pay his chef some money. So the chef was like, word.
That's fucked up.
Telling on you. And the nigga told everybody that this nigga had a fake vaccination card. So the NFL looked into it, I believe. The NFL found out that shit is boo-boo the fool, nigga. And he was suspended for what, a game? 2 games? 3 games? It's very light for committing a federal offense, but whatever. So now we get to, what is it, his first game back? Or is his second game back where his second game back, his first game back, Tom Brady force-fed him when he was 10 or 15 that game. Like, Tom Brady was throwing him everything. But he had incentives on his contract.
Yeah.
You had to have a certain amount of catches to get a certain amount of money. So Tom Brady, being a Caucasian, but in my opinion, somewhat of a real nigga, was like, you know what? We're going to get you your money, even though you're a motherfucking clown. We're going to get you your bread. Because I fuck with you. You staying in my crib. This, that, and the third. So, boom. So your man is during the game against, I believe, the Panthers. Who was they playing? The Jets. And the Jets at this point is whooping their ass. They getting smoked. Apparently, Bruce Arians goes to AB like, yo, I need you in the game. Now, for another thing we got to go back and mention, AB was indeed injured.
Oh, okay. I heard about that.
I don't know why Bruce lied in the motherfucking press conference like he wasn't hurt. AB was hurt. And he was on the injury list a couple games before this, that for this same ankle. Now, apparently, he has like bone fragments just like chilling in his ankle, which is, you feel me? I couldn't tell. I'm going to keep it 105 with you. I couldn't tell. Because 10 to 15, nigga, that don't sound like an injured nigga to me. So either you're fucking Superman on this football field or your ankle wasn't really that hurt. But at the end of the day, doctors confirmed this injury. This was a real thing. Mm-hmm. This wasn't like the Kawhi injury where we still don't know why Kawhi was hurt that Spurs year. Can anybody? They said it was a thigh bruise, nigga. The most hellacious thigh bruise of all time. He missed the whole season.
Nah, it wasn't no fucking thigh bruise.
That's what they called it.
For what?
When Kawhi was hurt in San Antonio.
Nigga, he twisted his ankle.
No.
Yes, it was.
No, that injury when he left that year.
Remember Zaza Pachulia? Oh, no, the other shit. Yeah, after when they was waiting for him to come back and shit.
Tony Parker was mad. Like, nigga, it's a thigh bruise. Like, the fuck is you doing?
Yeah.
Telling you,
I think he was just prolonging it so he could get traded.
Anyway.
That's
nice. Bruce Arians tells AB, I need you to get in the game, sir. AB probably told him, suck my dick, respectfully. It's probably what he said.
But wasn't he trying to reach an incentive already? Like,
and he felt like he wasn't getting... that was Bruce Arians' side of the story. Bruce Arians said at halftime, AB was mad that he wasn't getting targets. And apparently he went up to Tom Brady and said, oh, so Gronk is your man's now again?
So they was paying... So he played it at this point, AB.
He played in the first half. He just wasn't getting the targets he felt like he was supposed to be getting. So, boom. Second half comes, Bruce Arians like, all right, get in the game. And I heard AB was something to the tune of, y'all niggas ain't even giving me the ball. Why would I get in? Shit, he probably told the game over already. Like, ain't no point. And if you hurt, I respect that. You like, come on, I'm hurt. Like, nigga, we lost. Like, we going to the playoffs. You feel me? Like this. Y'all don't need me for this Jets game. And I was going to get to that part. I'm gonna get to that part. So this is when shit goes left. AB gets the fuck up.
Yeah.
Takes his fucking jersey off. Takes his shoulder pads off. At this point, I mean, he taking gloves off, throwing them in the crowd. He don't got nothing on but his tights and the cleats and all that. Your man does some weird, trying to hype up a Jets crowd that's smoking you. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Hits niggas with the peace out and walks out the motherfucking stadium with no shirt on. Runs out the stadium, catches a Uber.
Oh, he went out of the stadium?
He ran out the stadium without his shirt, caught an Uber. Like, I guess he picked up his shit mid-run and ordered the Uber while he was jogging. This is a world-class athlete. We didn't know what he was capable of. But he did some shit, apparently. And now, okay, so following the aftermath of that event, the press conference after that game, Bruce Arians kept it about as gangster as possible. He was like, what about Antonio Brown? He's like, he's no longer a player of the Buccaneers. Next question. Like, that nigga's no straight up. He's clipped. It's over.
Sheesh.
So, boom. AB releases this lengthy-ass Instagram statement that definitely wasn't written by him because it was extremely eloquent. I was like, if AB wrote this, bro, talking like this could have saved you a couple times, respectfully.
Right.
But he did go into a whole thesis, mid-paragraphs, conclusion, essay, all that shit about how he was hurt and
text and shit.
And all of that. Boom, boom. He put the text out and everything. And then Bruce Arians basically retorted that with, nah, that's not true. Son was mad. He wasn't getting his targets. I told him get in the game. He told me, nah. I told him get the fuck out of here. Now that we got the situation laid out, because we're not even going to discuss the slide he had come through the room. She putting out all type of business, talking about she fucked him and she got COVID. But you corny, like that's lame. You did it. Like, what the fuck? You went over there and she spreading his personal business. Oh, he wanted to make a video on my OnlyFans. He's Antonio Brown, bitch. You ain't want that clout? What the fuck wrong with you?
Right.
Stupid. But anyway, for exiting the stadium, do you think AB was wrong for that?
The way he did it, maybe.
The way he did it was extremely, it's clown material.
Yeah.
Off the rip.
The way he did it, maybe. But I feel like he's not wrong for the action. Like,
of leaving.
Of just leaving. Be like, all right, fuck it.
Because that's my thing about this whole situation is he told me get the fuck out.
Word.
Respectfully, this is the NFL. We all grown-ass men, dog. And as much as I love football, I love myself probably just as much. I don't know if AB does. But you feel me?
He does.
Yeah, but I mean, if you loved yourself, you would make a lot better decisions. I feel like son. Like, you remember that blonde mustache. I remember that. And that was just not a smart decision. You was looking like the weirdest rendition of Hulk Hogan ever.
I think it's crazy.
But in my opinion, he wasn't wrong for leaving. Taking off your shirt and doing all of that was just disrespectful to the game. And I'm not even a football player, but I know for a fact that's disrespectful to the game. That's like even back, and you go through growing pains as an athlete. Now, if AB wasn't in his 13th year in the NFL, this wouldn't have been that crazy. If you'd have did this as a second-year player, you was 21 years old. They'd have been
you did this after trying to get back into the league.
1,000 chances, bro. You went to 2 different teams a couple years ago and fucked up both chances. You was in Oakland. You somehow fucked that up. Then the Patriots go get you.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. You fucked that up. Then Brady goes to Florida and calls your ass again.
Yep.
Like, come join the Buccaneers. And somehow now you fucked that up. And he told my business going to be booming next season. Here's my question to you. And L, you sitting here, you could chime in on this too. Do y'all think AB plays another down in the NFL?
Absolutely not.
Nah.
It's over?
I don't think he needs to, honestly. I feel like he needs to just
I think the injury
I feel like
might
he
make
needs
it
to
hard.
just come up off of what he's doing right now, and
It's antics, bro.
Too much antics.
Too much off the field shit.
I feel like that's where he need to focus at. All the off the
He has a
field
problem.
shit.
He has mental
His
problems.
brand. He need to put in shit into this brand, bro.
He ain't been the same since that Vontaze Burfict hit.
Yeah. His
You know
mind
what I'm
fucked
saying?
up. CTE, clearly.
Yeah, that's when the motherfucker. Remember when he got hit in that Steelers game versus the
Yeah.
Bengals and shit?
Head-on collision or some
The
shit.
nigga
Yeah,
ain't been
fuck
the
this whole
same
shit up.
since, bro.
Word.
Ever since that hit, bro, that's when his shit started. That's when he started doing the shit. We're talking about Big Ben. That's when he started.
Yeah, because they go back with that nigga, bro.
he
He's a
started
head
releasing
case.
Mike
Like,
Tomlin,
it's
fucking
crazy to
post
me
game
that a black man
shit
that don't do
team.
nothing but bullshit lasted 13 years. in the NFL. You lasted 13. You know what that speaks to? That's how good of a receiver this nigga is.
Yeah.
Because that's why I think he's going to play again.
I'm going to put up with you till I can replace you.
I think every team is going to take that approach with him.
T.O. was a fucking head case, too.
Somebody going to get him next year, man.
T.O. wasn't really wrong about a lot of shit.
He wasn't, but it's just
But T.O. shit was locker room shit. I can respect that because that's in the team.
In the locker room too.
Right, and other niggas would report it. Facts. Yeah. T.O. would address coaches man-to-man, face-to-face.
And they would go report like,
right. Oh, he said this, that, and the third.
Yeah, so Donovan McNabb is
he had one of the most weirdest quarterbacks of all time. Like, Donovan McNabb is a fucking weirdo. Like,
he ain't never win shit. He's a fucking sucker.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
Fucking bitch.
You know, my uncle did radio for the Eagles. Hates Donovan McNabb with a passion, bro.
Bro, he's a fucking goofball.
Hates him with a passion. He's from Philly. Hates that man with a passion.
He did not do what he was supposed to do for Philly. And he get tight when everybody be like, oh, Nick Foles did more for you than Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, nigga. The fuck with nobody,
Talk about it. He beat Brady, nigga. Let's really talk about it. Foles beat Brady, nigga. Let's really talk about it.
Brady, nigga. And you had way better receivers than he had that year.
Way better team.
You had fucking Brian O'Dolkin, nigga, on your defense.
Son. So this is what I'm saying. I think AB plays again next year. I really do. I think he
he's not playing.
I think they take him on some whack ass contract.
No.
Or somebody could pick him up.
They probably gonna have a contract that's like, nigga, we could not pay you if as soon as we decide to cut you, we don't have to pay you. There's no guaranteed money.
I'm pretty sure the Bucks had that shit in this shit too. And everybody dropped him so fast.
Yeah, they dropped.
They really have contracts like that.
I mean,
no, none of the money in the NFL is guaranteed. Bro.
I know them shits is fucked.
But you know what I'm saying?
I would never play for the NFL.
Nah, respectfully, I don't want my son playing football.
Yeah, can't even get guaranteed bread.
In the one sport that should definitely have guaranteed money.
I see why Marshawn Lynch.
That and boxing are the two sports in MMA. It should be guaranteed money. Yeah, like what are we talking about? I'm talking
now
about
I see why Marshawn Lynch was saving all his endorsement money, nigga.
Bro, Shaq said the same thing. I didn't spend no NBA money.
That's a fact.
I lived on endorsement money.
Right.
What the fuck? Like,
it's a fact.
Smart.
As
hell.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
Saquon Barkley, and he got all his money guaranteed too. As a rookie.
So since we on football, this topic is really about football, but we could apply this to other sports. So there's a writer called Herb Kessler who is a voter, I believe, on the NFL MVP ballots, right? So he said, off the rip, before the votes have even been done, he's not voting for Aaron Rodgers because he thinks Aaron Rodgers is a quote unquote bad guy. Like he's the biggest jerk in the league. That's exactly what he said.
That's head.
Exactly. Like that's
nigga, take your personal shit out. Like,
mind you, I feel
like that's why these niggas cannot vote. Stop leaving it up to these media.
Can somebody pull up Aaron Rodgers' stats this year? Like,
I feel like they can't vote. I feel like it should be the players and it should be the coaches that
I don't
vote.
think players should vote either. Players are dick riders. I've realized this. Players are dick riders.
But I feel like they're the only ones that are qualified to say, because they playing against you. And
I think it should be ex-players that pay attention to the game.
Nah, because them niggas be hating too. In the NBA, they be hating on niggas.
So, Aaron Rodgers' stats this year.
Aaron Rodgers has thrown for 4,115 yards.
4,000 yards. Now, mind you, I just wanted to hear, this nigga threw like 3 interceptions this year, right?
He threw 4 interceptions.
4 interceptions. How many touchdowns?
37 touchdowns.
37 touchdowns.
37? With a QBR.
4 interceptions.
With a QBR of 11 or 111.9.
Wow.
QBR of 100 plus.
Which is his 4th highest. His highest ever.
So.
Was in 2011 the year after.
Honestly, all we needed was that touchdowns and interceptions ratio.
He has the best touchdown to interception ratio in league history.
Of all time. Like, this is one thing Aaron Rodgers is known for is I don't turn that fucking ball over.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers also has the most touchdown passes without an interception currently.
So,
and in history currently as well.
So look, the fact that you can look past all of that and be like, just don't like this thing. That's dedicated hating. Yeah. That's dedicated.
Yeah.
Because you're ignoring. That's like not voting Michael Jordan for MVP because you don't like Michael Jordan as a person in like 96 or something. Like,
I feel like niggas be doing that.
What are you talking about, nigga? Like, do you see the numbers, nigga? Do you?
It had to be that, because how is Steph Curry the first unanimous decision?
Because somebody sucked dick the year Shaq was supposed to do it.
How about Jordan though? All of these years that Jordan won it, how he wasn't unanimous.
Because this is another thing, I'm not gonna lie, the Jordan era they don't talk about, you was there. Other teams were actually pretty fucking good, though. There was other niggas that you could make cases for. It's not that Jordan wasn't the only nigga killing. Barkley's numbers was crazy from year to year.
But still, bro.
Especially in the 80s. In the 80s, he wasn't even the best player in the league.
You could tell the
difference. It was niggas like Larry and Magic that would have better stats than him.
Yeah, I'm talking about the years he won. The actual years he won
MVP
was got to be unanimous.
Because I bet
he's getting 35, 36 a game. Like,
you know why? You know why?
And it was the best in the year.
I can guarantee I wasn't even there. I can guarantee I can tell you who was probably always in that voting with him. Hakeem Olajuwon, who was, as soon as he left, he won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. They gave him both as soon as Jordan left.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that means Hakeem was in that top 5 for a couple years up to that point. You had niggas like Drexler who had the Trailblazers. Drexler had the Trailblazers looking real good, nigga. Karl Malone was probably getting MVP votes. John Stockton was probably getting MVP votes.
No, not John Stockton.
John Stockton was leading the league in assists and steals. How do you not get a vote? No. Somebody votes for you.
No. Karl Malone was getting buckets.
Karl Malone was killing. But even Patrick Ewing probably was top 5. At least once. When the Knicks had a good record. I'm sure there was a first in the East. Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head.
You got to question them niggas that didn't vote for them niggas that year.
Points a game on average, bro.
Yeah, Jordan was averaging 33 points on 50% shooting. It's fucking bonkers. Like, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like at the end of the day, a thing that I think niggas do with the Jordan era that I don't really like is niggas like to downplay his era. Like, he was the only nice nigga. Like, no, bro.
But
David Robinson was dropping 70 and shit like that.
But it was unanimous, though, bro.
They should have been a unanimous year. That's a fact.
The skill and the fucking... He evolved.
You know what's crazy to me? Larry Bird won 3 in a row and none of them is unanimous. I'm like, so you telling me 3 years in a row, not one a year? Y'all all was just like his Bird?
Magic, none of them. Like, all these years that niggas won, none of them got unanimous.
I think it was... What was that, the year they went 70, 72 or something?
Yeah.
That'll do it. Jordan won MVP the year they went 70.
But they didn't get unanimous.
I mean, it wasn't unanimous. But I feel like, I don't know how Steph Curry was the first. I feel like Shaq should have been the first when the first championship year on the Lakers, Shaq was out of control. And he would have had unanimous, but one nigga voted for Iverson. Which you could say is bullshit. But I'm not mistaken,
Shaq should have got that.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the year they played AI in the finals.
No, because he got MVP that year.
Yeah, so it was the next year they played AI. But if I'm not, they beat the Pacers that year in the finals.
Yeah.
They beat Reggie and them. That's their first ring. They beat. A lot of people don't know that Reggie Miller, Kobe beat the Pacers.
Yeah.
Kobe and Shaq beat the Pacers for their first
ring. I didn't remember that.
That's the series I became a Kobe fan. There was one game Shaq fouls out. Kobe goes for like 14 in overtime. Like, saves the game. I was like, with the afro, it's different.
Fine.
But yeah, that was... Speaking of the Lakers, this was a nice segue. There's a revelation that Mr. Thing Richards came to. And I'm glad that I was here to witness it. And I'm glad that y'all are here to witness it. Because I told this nigga, Russ doesn't work. You finally believe it.
This nigga is just too much, man. I think he's in his own head.
He's got to go.
He's just like not relying on his just natural ability. He's just relying on... No, he's relying on his natural ability and not trying to put any work or skill into his shit now. I think he just stopped focusing on shooting, all of that shit, because there's no way you could have a dip in your free throw percentage from like, for 4 years ago, he probably was shooting like in the 70s. Now he's like 60%. Like, where and when did it go wrong? Like, that's what I just want to know. Like, he just looks defeated after the games or during the game sometimes. Like, he just can't get off. Like, he got to go for the same bullshit. Fucking mid-range pull-ups, air balls, pulling up to the mid-range, hitting the side of the backboard. Like, this shit is crazy, man.
To give niggas perspective, small sample size, but this gives niggas perspective. The last 3 games, Russell Westbrook has shot 20% from the field.
That's crazy.
I'm going to read off these numbers. The first game, 8 points on 2 of 14 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3-point line. If I was the Lakers, Russ, you are never allowed to shoot another 3-pointer ever again.
Yeah, you shouldn't even be shooting.
You shouldn't even be shooting those. That's never been your shit. The next game, 6 points on 2 or 12 shooting, 0 for 1 from 3.
2 from 12.
2 for 12 is crazy for Russell Westbrook.
4 for 14 is wild.
9 points. The next one, 9 points, 4-14, and he didn't take a 3, thank God. But
last night, the nigga jacked like 5 threes and shot all of them with confidence and danged them. I'm like, bro, why you keep shooting them? Like,
he's spazzing on dunks, bro.
He's missing dunks. He's missing clear, open layups. I never seen a point guard miss this many layups. So my question is this a fit thing, or is Russell Westbrook becoming washed in front of our eyes?
I think it's both. No, I think it's a fit thing. I think it has
a lot to do with fit. I think he's never been used to a guy like
I think
LeBron.
He just had to come to a realization that he's not the same Russell Westbrook. And he has to find ways to score without the ball. Like, he can score without the ball. I know he can. Like,
he can't though.
He can because he's one of them players that's always in the right place. Like cutting, shit like that. He can score without it.
So you could cut it. How the fuck are you going 4 for 14?
Because he's not doing it. He's just sitting in the corner waiting, trying to jack threes and shit, and then getting the ball, trying to mid-range fucking backboard. He's trying to bully niggas down, posting everybody, be posting centers, nigga. Like, come on, bro. You posting niggas, and then you getting all the way down to the paint, trying to push it back out, turnover. Like, I seen that shit happen mad times for the past 5 games. I'm like, Braun is killing. Like, this nigga's putting his fucking all into everything. Like, I told
niggas, bro, I'm starting to feel bad for LeBron.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel bad
they're like,
for Russ,
he's killing because he brought. I'm like, he's killing because he has to kill like this every day.
Because it's like, it's always going to be expectations with Braun. It's always, no matter who you are, if you play next to him, it's going to be an expectation. I don't feel bad for Russ. I feel bad for him because this was never going to work. You feel me? Like,
Russ has played with nothing but elite wings his whole career.
Right.
Why is it never works?
Because
who the fuck
doesn't work with them
at this point? Ask yourselves, who can we give Russ to at this point?
Shit.
We tried Kevin Durant. He is currently the best scorer alive.
Mm-hmm.
We tried Paul George, top 5 scorer in the league when he's hot, when he's healthy, when things are going. Paul George has got the smooth.
Teams wasn't it either.
Were they really bad? That OKC team went to the finals. I don't want to hear they weren't good.
No, I'm talking about that was a good team.
You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you,
about the other team.
Here's my question: were those teams not that good, or is Russ's play style not conducive to winning? You can't win with the way Russ plays. Because yes, you can say those teams weren't good, but we can go back in the playoffs and watch a lot of games where Russ shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Close game, Russ comes down and bricks a game winner.
I didn't see him. KD
forces something. The ball's turned over because of Russ. He does this shit now, and I told niggas this was gonna happen on LA. I said, you know what? This is probably gonna be the worst player to ever be able to be paired with LeBron. You know why? Because LeBron has zero tolerance for one thing: dumb basketball.
Yeah.
Nothing has ever pissed LeBron off on the court more than niggas playing stupid basketball.
Not being in where they supposed to be in the position.
Not even that. Just doing dickhead shit.
Yeah.
He won't mind you take if I swing it to you on the wing and you take a little step back. LeBron's gonna let you rock with shit like that sometimes. But when you doing the shit Russ doing, I watched 2 possessions straight, bro. He came down, airballed it, came down, forced it again, turned it over.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left.
Yeah. When they trying to come back.
Not telling me that's not pissing off LeBron, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Because every nigga he done played with didn't do that. D-Wade, the last thing D-Wade did was make dumb decisions in the fourth.
Did you see that meme the other day where the nigga was peeking at the stat sheet when LeBron was looking at it?
Because you know your shit is crazy. And what the fuck is LeBron thinking in his head, bro? I know, bro, I'm telling you, I think the trade is already in motion.
But where do you trade him now? Because now that his value is
trade him for John Wall again.
Hell no, I'm not taking no fucking John Wall.
You better off.
Nah, hell no.
Better off.
Nah, I'm good.
John Wall is going to pass the ball. John Wall is going to come down and play point guard.
He can't shoot either.
He can shoot better than Russ. Definitely shoots better than Russ.
I'm not taking one injured nigga for...
Listen, y'all niggas is playing Russ some crazy shit. So the choices
I feel like we just need this nigga back.
AD?
None. We need Kendrick Nunn, and we need AD back. Yeah, Kendrick Nunn is going to be a good solution for Russ when Russ is off the floor. Now, Braun doesn't have to have the ball in his hand all the time.
The team, man. He needs to be off
Braun
the
is going to be able to rest because Nunn can score too. And he can get people involved. But Russ, I don't know. I think they're going to have to ride it out because his money is too much. Like, you got to get mad players either.
Somebody going to take something for Russ.
You want to take mad players? I would just try to take Ben Simmons, man.
Better off.
I would literally send that nigga to Philly.
I promise you Joel Embiid is going to be like, no.
But you never know because Joel Embiid is probably like, I'd rather deal with Russ and him trying to win, knowing that Russ is going to want to win.
He'll be trying
and he's going to have to, he's going to have to fucking comply he's going to have to comply with Joel Embiid. Like,
nah, bro. Russ ain't going to be it. Joel Embiid's going to be like, hell no.
But hey, if they send a couple other pieces.
I feel like Russ going to be involved in a trade for mad different players. Like 4 players for Russ and a couple Lakers vet minimum players.
4 players? Nah, not 4 players.
I'm telling you, bro, it's going to be some sick shit like that. Probably happen in the offseason where you could trade with cap space and all of that.
If I'm trying to get, you know what I would do? I'm trading Russ for Sexton.
Cleveland's not taking that.
I don't care. They gonna take it.
They not taking that.
Them niggas old Braun. Send that nigga over here.
Cleveland to take Braun back.
I wouldn't be surprised if he go over there.
Cleveland looks good. Cleveland looks good right now.
I wouldn't be surprised that nigga leave after
that was my next question is, after next year, they can't bring this roster back. So what happens now?
He probably going to go over there.
Braun going back to Cleveland?
But all the loose young niggas.
Yo, Braun, if that nigga go back to Cleveland, bro, oh my God. I'm going to be officially tired of LeBron James at that point. I'm going to be like, you know what? Get him the fuck out of here. I don't care no more.
Yeah.
I'm going home. If he do that, I'm going home campaign one more time, I'm going to be sick of that nigga. I'm going to be like, yo,
I'm out of here.
It ain't as pretty as the first time you went back, nigga. I don't care at this point.
No, I can't see him going back. I just see it. Niggas have to make pieces, move pieces, man.
Here's a hot take.
Niggas is definitely trading niggas.
They trading AD.
I would trade AD. I would trade that nigga.
It's the only option.
I would definitely get rid of that nigga.
Quiet is kept. The only option at this point is trade AD.
That nigga Tucker Thornton might be out of here too.
Yeah.
He might be out of here.
He's out of there.
Might be a couple niggas.
Only niggas not getting traded is Austin Reeves.
I'm keeping Malik Monk.
LeBron James. Malik Monk might stay.
I'm keeping him.
Yeah, he might stay. But Melo's out of there.
Nah.
He's out.
Nah, Melo's playing good, bro.
Melo's not playing good enough.
That nigga Dwight Howard could leave. Dwight Howard could leave.
Listen, man, I'm sorry. I'm tired of you fucking Knicks fans with this fake allegiance to Melo.
Bro. Melo's playing.
Sorry. Melo's not gonna get re-signed by the Lakers. They're not gonna re-sign him. They're not. They need the money.
Don't trade him
because of Russ. Russ fucked everything up. The money is fucked. Paying him, LeBron, and AD. But that's like 70% of your salary, bro. You're playing with small money after
Melo is at the point of getting vet minimums, though.
He don't get that shit no more.
No, yes, he is. He has to get that. Then he got money.
You go off of vet minimums.
Melo's still getting paid for the Knicks, nigga.
And then a team like Utah gonna offer Melo like 10, and he gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm out." I'm telling you, Melo is playing well. Melo's shooting very efficiently, and I'm sure there's other teams like,
I'll take that.
I like this version of Melo. We might be able to use him. Nigga, we gonna definitely pay him more than the Lakers can.
All right, so fuck it. No. Hey, if there's more money out there, I'm taking that too. But I'm just saying, he know what he could get paid right now. That's what he getting paid.
That's a fact. But we're gonna take this to the break, and when we get back, we're gonna discuss this Kyrie nigga.
Yes, young Sir Kyrie.
Some bullshit.
My nigga out here.
me back.
Yeah.
We're back, and we're about to talk about the woke one.
Byrie. Feel me?
Kyrie Irving.
Young Moses.
If you haven't known, Kyrie Irving has been back for what, like 2 road games at this point?
At least 3.
Like that. His first road game he had 22.
He played like
him and Clay are back now. First road game he had 20. First game he had 22. Mm-hmm. Kyrie looks like Kyrie. Respectfully, I mean, I don't think anybody was doubting that when he came back.
That boy is good, man.
But now, there's a new incentive.
Yep.
He can apparently pay $5,000.
Not him. His team.
The Nets can pay $5,000 a home game to let Kyrie play the home games.
The first one is a warning. Second one is 2,000, 3,000. Following.
At some point, it's going to end up being 5,000 a game.
Every game. And that's nothing.
It's nothing for what the Nets got.
Come on, man. They spend that on top.
Honestly, the owner is probably going to factor out how many games it's going to be. And he's probably just going to send that.
Pay that off.
Yeah. You might as well
Playoffs, everything.
Just guarantee he can play every whole game and just say he's back. My thing was, why toss out the petty fine? Just tell us Kyrie can play. Skip the bullshit.
Listen, man. That's what we were saying.
Just say you're making an exception.
That's why be real about that. A lot of people owe this man an apology because niggas was trying to force him to get a fucking vaccine.
You know how many apologies that nigga
and now he's able to, and then there was other niggas in the league that don't have vaccines playing too. You feel me? It's just that it's Kyrie Irving
mandate against it.
Right. That's the fuck shit though, because we live in America. Like, why is it only because this state and this state have different laws? Like, that's wild.
Because each state governs itself. That's the way to.
That's
politics.
That's fucked up.
That's why we have a governor. That's why we have a mayor. We have our own laws from city to city.
That's fucked up.
Prostitution is legal in certain states.
And then you don't find that wrong?
Nah.
That's their choice.
Right.
Nigga, we legal in New York. I'm glad.
Right, but still, we live in the United States of America. You feel me? Not this shit is like a business. That's what that's what my point is.
We united, but we our own states, nigga.
But
like
still,
we not.
It's still united, and we still under one government. You feel me?
I feel like you can have the same rules.
That's where there is a system.
I don't feel like you can have the same rules for every state.
You can. You really can if you wanted to.
Nah.
You really could. Like
make New York an open carry state. This is what the fuck happens.
Like this. You
Pandemonium, nigga.
You have a whole family, right?
Mayhem.
You have a whole family that has the same last name as you, but each household is different.
Right.
It's the same thing. Y'all all one family, but each household moved different.
I respect that. I feel like it should be like that because.
But my point was, I feel like this was a business move and it was politics. You feel me?
Yeah. That's what it came down to ultimately.
If they could have got to this point from the beginning, why not do that? I feel like that's when you're trying to force a mindset on people. Like,
my problem is
either take the vaccine or shut the fuck up or
stop putting the wool over our eyes with the $5,000 fine. It's petty shit. You could have just been like, the NBA has decided to let Kyrie Irving play. Period, point blank.
That's it.
That would have been that. That's that.
Now they look like clowns.
Now they look stupid.
But hey,
it's gonna be a little funny when you got to pay $5,000 and he has a bad game.
I'm happy that
they're gonna be mad
with the shits and just fall into the system and politics and the media and people.
I just hope I don't have to hear him talk no more. Like, all right, you're playing. Shut the fuck up.
He don't be talking though, and that's the thing. He don't. Niggas ask him questions. Niggas ask him.
He be doing them little lives talking some fucking nonsense. I'm like, what?
You just don't like Kyrie, bro. And that's like, Kyrie's he's a real one, bro. But he just
we not gonna go there.
He is a real one. But on his politics and what he stand for, that's being real.
I hope so.
The other shit, him on the court and his choices, that's his choices at the end of the day. Like, that shit comes into people with like having choices for your body and abortions and shit.
The niggas probably a good dude. Vaccines. Aside, my hate for him is sports shit. It's probably a good dude. I don't know that nigga. He's probably a good dude. He probably gives a lot of money to charities.
He be out here paying rent and all kind of shit. And it don't be him posting it because he not.
It just be funny shit. Like his first when he was on the Nets and he was about to play the Celtics, he didn't go to the game, and then wrote some like long ass paragraph on Instagram. It was like, dude, just say you scared, bitch. Like, the fuck was all of that for, nigga? Just say you scared. You don't want to come back to TD Garden because we're gonna boo you out the building, bitch. That's what you was mad for. It's alright. I mean, listen, this is why I'm not the one for Kyrie topics. It's a little bit of bias. I don't like that nigga. I mean, his game I have no problems with. When you watch that man play basketball, it's like,
yeah, I'm a fan of his game.
Yeah,
that's what
always.
I like. I can give a fuck about what he doing.
And I don't think he's a terrible person. I just think he clouds a lot of egotistical and like selfish intentions behind this I'm smart kind of thing. Like, sometimes Kyrie can go on these rants about a lot of nothing. Like, you be like, what the fuck did any of that mean? Like, he just says shit like, I don't know if you remember the interview he did on First Take one time. I was just watching that interview, like, what is this nigga talking about? Like, he can be very fucking weird. But I mean, you know, people, when you're great at something, you're usually a little off.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, and I'm sure he's a regular nigga when you chill with him and all of that. But I just feel like in the past, that nigga has had the tendency to like say clown shit like, oh, I'm not getting the vaccine because I'm speaking for the voiceless. What?
That's not clown shit. And
that was some clown. There's nothing real about that because it was not real, because the voiceless have to take the shit and go to work.
No, they don't. It's mad people out of work right now that haven't taken it. Still, to this
that's
point.
What I'm saying. They really suffering, Kyrie. You're not suffering.
But still,
you're not standing up for them.
And he's out here paying their rent though too,
sit, bro.
He's out there helping them pay their rent.
Yeah, but you was getting paid to sit. You're not standing up for them. Standing up for them.
He's getting fined when he sits.
Standing up for them,
bro. You don't get paid when he sits.
Standing up for them would have been retiring from the NBA.
Nah, because that's not making a stand. It's not making a stand.
So making a stand is not going to the game, right now, collecting your money.
Being able to get and play still, that was the point, nigga. That was the point. Him still being able to play right now, getting paid, and being like, look what y'all niggas still have to play me. Like, that was the point. Like, what was the whole point of y'all making me feel like I'm guilty or being a jerk or an asshole?
Because you were.
Because I didn't want to take a vaccine. No, that's not. That's my body and my choice, nigga.
But it's the way
I don't have to take a vaccine because y'all say I get paid a certain amount of money and I have an obligation. This is my body. I have to go home with my kid.
So then don't take our checks then.
No, he didn't. He got fined every time he sat down. No.
After why
he did not have to pay him, bro.
They had to pay him.
That's why they brought him back. And that's why it becomes politics and the money shit. And now you playing with niggas' bodies over politics and money shit. And that's fucked up. And I respect him for not playing. Hey, you know, like, I respect that shit.
I respect his decision not to get the vaccine.
Because now they look like clowns and he's still playing. Now what? Like, and I still don't got to take the vaccine.
They look like suckers. The next look cool.
And they out here still, now they out here changing mandatory shit and policies. Now it's only 5 days to be home. Like, what is going on? Like, really, why niggas not questioning what is going on? Why y'all questioning Kyrie? Why niggas not questioning what's really going on in the back doors?
Let's not say niggas is not questioning what's going on.
Niggas is falling in line. A lot of niggas is falling in line. Niggas is doing what it is. It is, bro. It's being pressured from the
So you don't think
the world.
There's no science to the vaccine?
New fucking variants coming from here and here. Niggas is remixing shit. Like, niggas is like, oh, I don't got no choice. Like, booster shot, I gotta take 4 shots now. Like, you might as well get a whole fucking just a card for that. Like when we used to go to school, you gotta have the tetanus shot, this, and all of that. Like, you might as well just have a new yellow booklet. We're gonna have 20 in 5 years, nigga. I bet you. Because it's how many shots they done gave niggas and nobody's asking the ingredients. Everybody just taking it. And nothing in the world is free but the vaccine. Nothing in the world is free but that. But niggas is like, hey, fuck it, man. $100, they gonna give me a Metro card. I need that.
They giving niggas Metro cards for the vaccine?
Yeah, they was gassing niggas all kind of ways. Depends where you go.
That's some bullshit. I went and got my shot. I thought Uber was giving niggas free rides. They stopped doing that.
That shit is loose out here. Like, I just don't know what's going on. Until shit get figured out, niggas can holler at me, but hey.
I mean, listen, Kyrie won.
He won, yeah.
He won. And listen, despite my feelings about him, he stood on what he wanted to do. The Nets folded like paper.
He did.
Folded like pita bread. It's crazy. But I mean, this is what you expect from the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
They do goofy shit.
It's politics as usual. Feel me?
It's fucked up if they lose now and they don't win a championship with all three of them niggas. You like a fucking
then
bozo.
That's when you like, yeah.
That niggas like bozos. You like a real bozo.
That would be crazy if they do win.
They do? They have a good, I mean, with them three niggas.
You
got a shot?
Smacked these niggas about 30 last night.
Who?
They smacked the Bulls about 30.
Niggas talking about we needed Caruso. Like, that was not going to save y'all.
Come on now, don't do that.
I didn't think they was going to spank him. I thought the Bulls were going to give him.
Yeah, me too.
A little bit more of a
It'll
fight
be a good game. I bet on that last night. Are y'all betting? That's what we want to know in the comments, man. Because, you know, betting is legal now in New York. I'll be on different shit. I ain't going to say nothing until we get sponsored by them.
That's a fact.
I don't want to, like, say, yo, I'm betting on this app and shit. Like, y'all got to sponsor us.
But, yeah, sports betting is the shit now in the city. So, if you in the city, just to let you know, if you didn't get the news, it is not legal for you to bet on sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Get your little coins
I think after the next episode, we should start reading the lines and what niggas is betting on.
Seeing some new bets and seeing what's going on out here.
Yeah, like, you know. Just look at the games and who's favored, who isn't.
I like that.
Yeah. You know? But I mean, that looks like that's about the episode. That's about it, man. Our first episode of 2022. Once again, shout out to the production team.
Yep.
You feel me? Next week, we're going to have a mic for the production team because now we...
Yeah. I think we got to definitely get a mic for y'all because
it's lit.
Y'all part of the show.
We discussed this before the show and it's definitely going down. So
let's get it.
And any other announcements? I can't think of none.
Nah. We out here, man. Check out the website, thinkrichclothing.shop. All of that, man.
Until next time, niggas.
Let's get it.
Be safe. Wear your mask. Condoms.
Namiii is 9 with the rhymes. When niggas frontin', so I'm 9 with the 9. The pen biggie, but the spirit is shine. Like word, bitch, the city is mine. Niggas funny, I be seeing the signs. We sour, I be rolling the line. Running it up before I run out of time. The magazine make them package your 5 shots. Sent, they attacking your spine. Headshots, niggas blowing your mind. Henny sipping and it's slow in the room. Feel like Neo just resorted to crime. Saturday night, I be making it live.